We've done a lot of videos on this channel about funerals, how to put one together, what are the affordable funeral options, how do you put together a DIY funeral. But do you need to have a funeral in Australia? Like, at all? Give us a like if you enjoy and learn something new in this video. Now let's talk, are funerals compulsory? A funeral service, no matter the culture or religion, is an opportunity for the family and friends to gather, mourn the death of their loved one, and celebrate their life. It can be religious in tone or not. But most Aussies don't understand the legal requirements of arranging a funeral. Around a third of Australians believe that a funeral is required by law. Another third believe that a funeral is required by religion. But it's not required by either. There are no rules, laws, or regulations that require a funeral service must be held immediately after a person dies, or ever for that matter. You need to deal with the body legally, but you are not required to have a service in order to put them in the ground, or whatever you want to do. Similarly, most religions aren't that fussed about the service part. A religious leader saying a quick prayer over the grave or even the hospital bed is usually enough to cover any religious aspects of death. Indeed, the big religions are more concerned about what happens with the body than any sort of service. In saying that, there are some particular religious leaders of some particular areas and parishes that need to give you the A-OK to be buried in their graveyard. And if that's the case, they may say no if you don't have a funeral service done by them. But that's just their rule. That's not the law, and it's up to you about what happens if you bury the body there or you bury it elsewhere. But why would someone ask this question? It could be because of cost, in which case go check out our video on affordable funeral options to give yourself some ideas. It could be because they think that a funeral is religious and depressing, which most aren't nowadays, but go check out our video on DIY funerals and find out how you can get creative and liven it up a bit. Or maybe the deceased didn't have anyone in their life, or they were a complete arsehole and people are just happy to get rid of them, in which case, no problem. No service needed then. So when your crabby old dad is going on about, I don't want a funeral, just burn me, call his bluff. Well, if that's what you want, Dad, that's good, because direct cremation is 1/3 of the price, and I'm going to go book my trip to Hawaii now, thanks. He'll probably change his mind when he realises that not giving him a funeral is actually much more doable than he thinks. So while the people around you may not be thrilled about it, you are not legally required to have a funeral service. But when you're dead, you won't have much say in the matter, so... We'll see you next time. Now go talk death.